Was the Dead Space 1 remake a complete financial failure like EA would like us to believe? Because when it comes to these massive game companies like EA, it's hard to know what is a financial success for them. Is it breaking even? Is it doubling the budget? Is it only live service things that they can monetize forever? It's hard to tell. Because clearly EA thought this could be a success. They had plans for Dead Space 2, which got scrapped, and they even had some concepts for a straight up new game if everything went according to plan, which obviously it didn't, but it's hard to figure out what exactly that plan was, because unlike movies, video games' budgets and revenue are not reported, which I don't know why. We do it for movies. We know the budget and we know the box office. I don't understand why games don't have a little bit more transparency there. Take all these numbers with a grain of salt, but I keep seeing 2 million copies thrown around. I can't find a legitimate source that confirms this. I think they could be coming from content creator Adam Morehouse, although I'm not sure how he got that number. But a lot of people seem to be saying that there was an article that said it sold 2 million in X days. I just can't find that article. As far as the budget goes, we have a more reliable source of this Forbes article where they talked to a level designer, Zach Wilson, who said that the game already had a development budget of 60 million, and then the marketing budget, which is usually double the development cost, this is for films and television, it's pretty consistent throughout, another 60 million. So we're looking at a total budget of 120 million. Which would mean it would need to sell roughly 4 million copies to break even, if all that is correct. This makes me think that the 2 million copies sold is probably pretty realistic. If you're wondering how that math makes sense, the Squirrel thread breaks it down pretty well here. So, if you think about a $70 game, there's a platform cut, Sony, Microsoft, Steam, etc. They usually take 20%, that's $14. And then there's a retailer cut, that could be Walmart, Target, GameStop, or even e-retailers like Sony or Microsoft's digital storefronts, and that's an additional 30%, that's $21, so you get $35 left over. 35 bucks times 2 million, it's about $70 million. That would cover the development budget, but it doesn't really cover the marketing costs. Now, I don't know why marketing costs need to be so expensive. It's hard to believe that they spent $60 million marketing Dead Space 2. I don't know why that's necessary or how accurate that really is, but that's around what we're left with. Even if we ignore that and just focus on the development costs, like only making 10 million more than your budget is considered a failure to most of these companies. But I do think that EA had unrealistic expectations going into this, and I still don't think it was worth shuttering the franchise again. Because reportedly Dead Space 1, the original, only sold 1 million copies. Because this is a franchise that's been dormant since 2013. It's been a while, over a decade. Yes, it's an established IP, but I don't think you get the established IP bump. You're reintroducing the world to Dead Space with a remake, which is exciting, but also there's a non-zero amount of people who are like, I already played Dead Space, I don't really want to play it again. Call me when there's a new game. Honestly, if I were EA, I would have done a Dead Space show or movie first. There's a lot of Hollywood studios that are just hungry for video game IP and release the remake in time with that to get new people who have never heard of it, super excited about it, watching the show, and then want to check out the game.